Hi there and welcome to A Country Life. My name is Jennifer and I have been wanting to make these barbecued pork ribs for a long time now. I first saw this recipe over on the channel Mandy in the Making. She had made these and I thought, oh, that looked like a great way to make some ribs. And then she did another video where she highlighted like her family's top 5 favorite recipes. And this one came up as her #1 favorite. And I thought, you know what? I want to give it a try. So yesterday I put together the sauce, like the homemade barbecue sauce that goes on it, and today I'm getting the ribs ready. So yesterday what I did is I took out both of my packages of ribs. I have 2 of these, okay, and I took them out to thaw, you know, set them in the refrigerator, and now they're just beautifully thawed. So what I'm going to do first here is I washed them and I put them onto this sprayed nice dark cookie sheet here, and I have to remove this membrane. So basically I just used my boning knife and just kind of stuck it in until I got, you know, just underneath this membrane. So I'm just going to peel back this membrane until I get all of it off. Once I have that off, I'm going to cut my rib section in half. Then it's going to look like this. I put it with like kind of like the fattier side up. I'm going to salt and pepper, foil these, and pop them into the oven. We're going to set the timer for 3 hours and 15 minutes and hit start, and we'll come back later and continue with supper for tonight. Along with our barbecued ribs tonight, we are going to have a whole lot of garden produce. So I have just a few potatoes from our very, very tiny potato harvest this year. So we are going to just finish those up tonight. I'll microwave those, put some butter and salt and pepper on them, and that will be delicious. I also have fresh tomatoes that are just beautifully ripened. So we are going to slice up those. Of course, have salt and pepper on those as well. And then I have some broccoli. So the broccoli, you know, once you pick the first large head, if you can, off of the plant, and if you continue to care for it, water, fertilize, you know, just nurture the plant, it will continue to produce a lot of broccoli. I have had many, many pickings this summer of broccoli, even after the first large heads were picked. So we are going to steam this up for supper tonight. We'll put a little butter and salt and pepper on this as well. And that is going to probably round out our supper. Oh, I do have some rolls from last night's supper. It was a new recipe out of a cookbook that was sent to me by one of my lovely subscribers, April. And we tried a recipe called Jordan Rolls. Wonderfully tender dough, just not our favorite roll recipe. It was a little sweet for some of my family. Now, I mean, we were honestly split right down the middle. Sam, Amber, Peter, and I thought they were very good. We ate them happily. Warren, Joseph, and Maria thought they were horrible. Didn't even finish their roll. And Emily was over today and had one for lunch, and she thought it was very good too. So we were just kind of split down the middle. Probably wouldn't make that recipe again, but just wanted to share that with you. That is going to round out our supper for tonight. Sorry, our microwave has been making a funny sound. It's a new one, but I don't know, it still makes a funny sound. Anyway, I did decide to make a little bit of brown rice because I know that we don't have a whole lot of potatoes, and we're just kind of split. Some people like potatoes, some like brown rice. This was the last of the brown rice I had, so I thought, let's just get that made up. And here are the ribs. Don't they look delicious? They're just out of the oven right now. I need to slather on this barbecue sauce, which I made yesterday, so I'm going to get that going and then get these out on the grill for about 15 minutes.
Want some whites?
Ribs are done. I think we had these on the grill. What do you think, Warren? 15 minutes?
15 minutes, yeah.
About 15 minutes. Just kind of flipping them back and forth, adding the barbecue sauce.
They're from our garden.
Yep, the potatoes are from the garden. You know what? I forgot to salt and pepper the potatoes, though. Oh. You can put salt and pepper on your potatoes, right, Joe? You can't do that?
Chewy rice, Mom.
There's rice.
Chewy rice.
It's chewy rice, isn't it? It's brown rice.
Excuse me.
Not
I'm gonna.
We'll take a peek at Amber's plate because it's so pretty. Nice job. Thank you.
Now, if anyone doesn't want to eat all their ribs, please do not throw them away. I will eat it.
Yeah, I will eat ribs.
Peter made us some orange juice while we were out grilling, so that was nice. Thank you. It's not a rub. It's just like a sauce.
It's amazing.
Here we are. It is a Monday night, and for supper tonight we're going to be having kind of a weird hodgepodge of things. So on my menu plan, let me get over here, it actually says the meal that I was planning on doing was fish fry, dilly, yeast, muffins, coleslaw, and green beans. Okay, guess what? We're going to do the fish fry. Hi, Joe. We are going to do the fish fry. However, I thawed fish, and I thought there was way more fish than that. That is like enough to feed maybe 2 of us, and there's going to be 6 of us here for supper. So I did actually happen to find 2 more little packs, so I'm running cold water over these right now, hoping to thaw and to get a few more pieces of fish. But I also had 1 little 6-pack of corn dogs, so I thought I would throw those in as well. If we don't end up needing those for supper tonight, we can just reheat those for lunch tomorrow. That'll be fine. As for the dilly yeast muffins, there was something cottage cheese. I didn't have cottage cheese. We obviously ate that up already for the month, so I did make some breadsticks. Maria helped me get these shaped. So we are just letting these rise. They look like they're ready to go in, so I'm going to set my oven to preheat here so I can get those in. So we're just making some simple breadsticks. And then I just sort of dug through the refrigerator. I have just a few black olives, so I'll put those out. I have a little bit of canned peaches. I think that's Sam's friend's like horn or something, if you can hear it. And then I do have cucumbers, of course, because the garden is producing cucumbers 5 to like 10 a day. So, okay, so that is what we're gonna end up doing. I do have green beans. I'm still unsure if I'm actually going to, was that annoying, that water running the whole time? We do have green beans in the pantry. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make those or not. It's just sort of hodgepodge here tonight. Maybe you guys get like this too, that you have like little bits of leftovers and you don't really want to have one more little bit of leftovers because the refrigerator just starts to get overrun in like these little tiny containers, and that's kind of where I feel like I am right now. And so I just want to put all of that out and say, if you're hungry, you just keep eating until those containers are gone. We're not opening anything new. So yeah, I've already answered it. I'm not making green beans tonight. And the coleslaw that I had planned to go with this, we actually already ate the coleslaw mix. I had gotten one of those like, you know, just the shredded cabbage mixes, and I used that for something else already. I can't remember what, but so we can't make coleslaw either. So that's how the evening's going. So I'm gonna get my oil heating here. I'm just gonna put it on number 1 right now, just to slowly heat it up. Once the oven preheats to 350, these are gonna have to go in for about 15 to 18 minutes. And so, you know, I kind of want those to still be warm when it's time to eat. Well, these sure aren't the prettiest breadsticks. They're hardly even in a stick form at all. But anyway, I think they're going to taste delicious. I know they are. Maria helped me make them, so of course they're going to be good. And then, like I said before, we're just kind of putting together a whole bunch of little bit of leftovers. We have a little bit of fish underneath there. It's not a huge pile, but it'll be fine. And then I also just quick air fried up these 6 corn dogs. So that's gonna be it. Oh, and I have a cake. So if this is not enough, we have all these muffins and I have a cake. Oh, what a mess. Tonight for supper we are going to have simmered venison sirloin steak, and we're going to have this over egg noodles.
Operation Pull Toy.
Hi, Joe.
Stretch, but we can make it.
So I am just cutting this very thin. So the steak here I cut up into nice thin sort of like little strips here. So I also have a 1 pound pack of stew meat here. A lot of these are very small. I am going to just take a quick peek through here and see if any of it needs to be cut up a little bit smaller. So basically the gist of making simmered steak bites in gravy is to start with a nice hot cast iron pan. And this is really just kind of like country cooking, I would say, kind of at its finest. And then you're just going to want to use a really good dollop of bacon grease. That might not even be enough. I know it's not going to be enough. This can get pretty splattery, so I'm just going to use my splatter guard here. As soon as the bacon grease is nice and hot, then I'm going to throw in the meat, and I'm going to let that cook at a pretty high heat, just long enough so it can get nice and brown on one side. I've already really been burning through the onions that we planted. I thought that I was going to be kind of curing these and wanting them all to dry, but between salsa making and just all the things we use onions for, we really like onions, and I put them in a lot of things. Eggs in the morning for breakfast, lots of times into, well, just anything. This is another garden onion. And as soon as I have these cut up, I'm going to add these onions to the meat mixture. I'm also going to get some minced garlic that I have in the refrigerator. It's just the jarred minced garlic. Either works fine. Don't beat yourself up if you don't have fresh garlic. Just use what you have. So I am going to do a full teaspoon there of minced garlic. So full disclosure here, last time it was that I made this, it was a little bit saltier. I am using the Knorr, whereas I have in the past used that brand Better Than Bouillon. And maybe this is a little bit saltier, but anyway, I'm just, instead of 2 heaping tablespoons, just going to go with 1 heaping tablespoon. I can always season it more later. This is 4 cups of water. I'm just going to quick stir that around in there. I do have fresh basil here from out on the patio, so I'm going to throw this in. I'm also going to put in some Worcestershire sauce here. So I'm just stirring this all around. I'm going to make sure it's at a nice rolling boil, and then I will turn the heat down and cover it and simmer for 1 hour. Sometimes it doesn't have to go the whole hour, but I like to just be sure that I have it going with enough time before supper. And it's only 3:30 right now, so I have plenty of time. I'm happy to be actually getting supper put together at a reasonable time today. I am going to put together a broccoli salad here for supper. It's a little different than my regular broccoli salad that I make. There should be one for each of you boys.
Jill, there should be another that you can have.
This is more of a ranch dressing based, not more, it is a ranch dressing based salad, so it's just a little bit quicker and easier to put together and a little different. Whoops.
Jill, that one's for you.
Oh yeah.
Do you want that car?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is another nice way to use up garden produce. This salad I'm making here, I'm going to put together broccoli and chopped tomatoes and onions, kidney beans, and some cheese, some salt, and ranch dressing. And that's going to be it. But it's just a nice way to get some veggies into my diet and with some good flavor as well. I have a couple tomatoes here that have some blemishes. So I'm just going to cut those blemishes off and then dice up this tomato to add to the salad. I am letting some of the juiciness fall behind because I don't want my salad to get too, just too juicy. I brought in just a dinky little onion because I don't particularly want a lot of onion in this salad, just a little flavor.
That's all, Maria. Wait, no, there's not. That's not all. Wait, was that just a full baseball?
All right, so that is it. I'm going to top this off with some ranch dressing.
A cute little kitty.
Where's the one that you took?
I'll go with a little bit of pepper.
I'll be running out.
So it's been over an hour. I have a little over 1/4 cup of flour here and some nice cold water. That's how you get a smooth gravy, is by using cold water. And I'm doing this with one hand, but I'm just going to fork this until it's a nice thick slurry. And then we are going to pour it into this here. We're just going to keep stirring it around until we get a nice gravy consistency.
This is a class project.
I see. Okay.
Do you want some
So
noodles?
this is what it's looking like here. We have the gravy, the venison and gravy, made up some noodles here. What do you got there for supper, Joe?
Potatoes, some pizza, and chips.
Potatoes, pizza, and chips?
Yes.
Okay. No one's going to believe that.
I'm busy.
You too. Time to eat. No, seriously, it's time to eat. Put those things away. And with that, we are going to close out this cooking with me video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.